Namaskaram, friends and elders. Through the few PowerPoint slides here, I intend to introduce the concept of karma as given in the Vedas. I start with a brief note on Sanatan Dharma and thereafter delve into the concept of karma. I have referred to the following books. First one being Sanatan Dharma, a textbook of Hindu religion and ethics, published in 1904 by Central Hindu College, Benares, and then Srimad Bhagavad Gita. I have not provided any interpretations here as I feel it is best left to the individual to interpret based on one's beliefs. Please do provide your valuable inputs so that I can keep improving, and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Introduction to Sanatan Dharma. Sanatan Dharma means the eternal religion. It is the oldest living religion. It is also known as the Vedika Dharma because it is based on the Vedas. It yields to none in purity of its ethical teachings and is unparalleled in the depth of its philosophy. What is Dharma? Dharma is that which supports and which holds together the people of this universe. It is the very principles of a healthy and beneficent life. Sanatan Dharma is based on four sacred scriptures. They are Shruti, Smriti, Puranas, and Itihasa. Shruti, it is the foundation and it means that which has been heard. It was learnt by heart and transferred verbally till much later when it was written down. It consists of the four Vedas, the Rig Veda, the Sam Veda, the Yajur Veda, and the Atharva Veda. Next is Smriti. Smriti is like the walls of Sanatan Dharma, and it means that which has been remembered. The chief contents of Smriti are laws and regulations for carrying on of individual, family, social, and national life. Smriti consists of Manusmriti, Yajnavalkya Smriti, Shankalikita Smriti, and Parashara Smriti. The two other sacred scriptures on which the Sanatan Dharma is based are the Puranas and Itihasa. The Puranas consist of histories and stories and allegories. It was mainly composed for the use of the less learned, especially those who could not study the Vedas. And the Itihasa comprises of the two well-known great poems, the Ramayana and the Mahabharata. Now let us see the concept of karma. Karma literally means action. An action is triple in nature. It consists of a sequence of events belonging partly to the past in the form of thoughts, partly to the present in the form of acts, and partly to the future in the form of consequences. It is the law of causes and effects. Thus, consequence of an action is part of the action. For example, suffering is not the consequence of a wrong act, but an actual part of it, although it may be experienced later. Continuing with the concept of karma, thoughts are formed by desires, and man is desired formed. As are his desires, so are his thoughts, and as his thoughts are, so are his actions, and the fruits of his actions are in accordance with his acts. To quote, desire is root of the world. An excerpt from Bhagavad Gita in which Sri Krishna enlightens Arjun. It says, as fire is covered by smoke, mirror by dust, and embryo by the amnion, so is knowledge covered by desire. And Arjuna, knowledge stands covered by this eternal enemy of the wise, known as desire, which is insatiable like fire. Continuing with the concept of karma, a man is bound by his action. That is, a man is restrained by his action except when the action is performed for the sake of sacrifice. An action without attachment, that is, for the sake of sacrifice, is a sadhana, that which a spiritual discipline. And sadhana is the path to mukti, that is, person reaching liberation. However, a liberated person may or may not remain active in this world. For example, King Janaka was a mukta and at the same time he was a king. Similarly, Tulbhadra, being a merchant, was also a mukta. So, mukti is not alteration of the circumstances surrounding the jivatma, but mukti is the attitude of the jivatma to the supreme. Laws of karma. There are three basic laws governing karma. First law, belonging to the desire nature. Desires carry the man to the place where the objects of desire, that is, the fruit, exist, and thus determine the channels of his future action. So long as a man desires fruit, he is bound by his attachment to that fruit and is said to have good or bad karma according as the fruit is pleasant or painful. The second law concerns the mind. Mind is the creative power, and a man becomes that which he thinks. That is, man is thought formed. As a man thinks in this world, so he becomes. Man's actions are only his past thoughts materialized. The third law concerning action. Circumstances are made by actions. No one can attain happiness without having accomplished acts capable of leading to happiness. If a man spreads happiness around him, he will reap happiness hereafter. More on the three laws. These three laws cover the making of karma. As the Jivatma consists of will, wisdom, and activity, and these correspondingly show themselves in this world in the form of desires, thoughts, and actions. We are always making new karma and experiencing what we have made in the past. We are obliged to act now in the conditions that we have created in our past. Now, the types of karma. There are three kinds of karma. They are called prarabdham karma, sanchitam karma, and vartamanam or agami karma. Prarabdha karma, that which is ripe for reaping and it can't be avoided. It is exhausted by experiencing only. It need to be taken as it comes, bad or good, and work it out contentedly and patiently. In it, we are paying our past debts and getting rid of many of our liabilities. Next is Sanchita Karma. It is the accumulated karma of the past and is partly seen in the character of the man, in his powers, weaknesses, and capacities. From the Sanchit Karma, a portion is selected and at the time of beginning of the body, time energizes this part. This is called the Prarabdha Karma. Continuing with Sanchit Karma, it may be largely modified by the additions we make to it. Thus, vicious tendencies can be weakened and virtuous ones can be strengthened. With every thought, desire, and action, we are adding to that which will be the Sanchit Karma in our next life. Next type of karma is the Vartaman Karma or the Agami Karma, which is presently being created. It may, to a great extent, be destroyed in the same life or balanced up through deliberate restitution of a wrong done or voluntarily paying a debt not yet due instead of leaving it to fall due at a future time. Can a person be free from karma in this world? No, one cannot be freed of karma as long as one remains in this universe. The devas, men, animals, plants, minerals, all are under the sway of karma. No manifested life can escape from this everlasting law, without which the universe would be a chaos. However, when all the desires hidden in the heart are released, that is, all the attachments are dead, then the mortal becomes immortal and one is freed of karma.